Diecast North is a channel devoted to the teen to adult toy collector, pop culture fans, and fellow nerd enthusiasts. This is a PG-13 channel. I might say some shit. Viewer and parental discretion is advised. In the days of my youth, I had actually started off collecting Transformers when my parents, in all their love of their heart, actually bought me Ironhide. Ironhide was actually kind of a mixed bag to me because although I was actually one of the first people on my block to actually get a Transformer, starting the Transformers craze of my block, I actually got the van, which was among all the sports cars and everything that could have actually been given to me and everything, I got the one that actually said, "Hey kid, stay in your lane." But Ironhide on animation was actually great. Now we have Masterpiece Ironhide, which for the time I actually thought was the pinnacle shape that we could have possibly gotten from any Transformer whatsoever. And I kind of feel like Takara actually did a great bang-up job with this. Then we got this guy, which was kind of a mixed bag also and everything, but still on the right path of like giving us the right shape for an Ironhide. Even the van was actually kind of a mixed bag because we actually had, and thanks to Non-F, I had actually gotten some new feet for this guy, so it didn't look like his feet were actually just kind of like hanging out back of like the rest of a van, but you also needed aftermarket parts to actually get to this. And I don't think a couple of years actually went by where Studio Series actually decided to make this guy right over here, who I think is really the best Ironhide we've possibly gotten. Let's take a look at this. Welcome to all of you, my friends, on Terra Forma, to Inner Circuitry, to the Deep Blue Sea, to the Galaxy. It's time for an episode of Diecast North Galactic Hooligan. And I really want to thank you all for joining me once again. I cannot wait to give you a good look at Ironhide. He's actually been on my mind for a while, and I really needed to get this review going and everything. And thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. If you could actually do me one big favor and hit the like and subscribe button, it would actually just help me out in growing my channel and everything. And I really appreciate each and every one of you for joining me. 597 now, on my way to 1,000. I really appreciate you all joining me. Let's get into this guy because this guy is kind of like special to me and everything since he was my first Transformer, and I'm looking forward to giving like every little bit of information that I can to you guys and everything. Welcome to the show. Let's go. Just to let you guys know, after this review, I'm actually going to be on hiatus for like about a week and a half or so and everything. Please leave comments. I'm not ignoring you whatsoever. I'm just going to take some time and everything and enjoy a little bit of life. But I will be coming back to actually do like my comments and my replies and everything like that. I thank you all for actually commenting in the first place. I love each and every one of your responses. I try to answer each and every one of you personally and everything. You do know that and everything. So just let's get into the review. Thanks again for joining me. And now, once again, let's go. All right, and on a beautiful day like this, I really wanted to take a look at Studio Series Ironhide. This guy is really phenomenal to me, actually, you know? I know a lot of people were actually talking about, like, a lot in the way of, like, how the van mode actually has the hinges and everything like that, and there were, like, a couple of negatives here and there and everything like that, but I really got him in hand, and I thought he was absolutely out freaking standing so far already, only because he actually really matches everything that Ironhide was back in the day when we actually saw him in animation. Getting him in hand really is kind of like just getting him and taking him off of the screen off of like the old Transformers G1 series and everything, and just he's just like really spectacular. I really love this so much. There goes the box. You know, you actually have everything that Ironhide should actually have. You can actually put his blasters on the top. We're actually going to get into all of that in just a moment. But the one thing that I really had to like talk about, really just like right off the bat, that actually comes in his box here and everything, is his display. And let me tell you, Hasbro has no chill. I think that there's like a little chalk outline and everything like that in the bottom someplace and everything like that. I have to look for it really. But look at this thing. It's the place where Ironhide and Ratchet dies. WTF, Hasbro and Takara. I mean, this is beautiful, by the way. This is really beautifully done. I love, like, everything that's actually going on in here. You have, like, the old school schematics and everything like that going on in the background and everything. I love this so much. If you could actually make a Studio Series version of this set, just the set alone, I think that would actually be pretty dope. But like, look at this though. The colors are just spectacular and everything. I love the glow and like the color tones and everything that are actually going on all over the place and everything. They actually really outdid themselves with just like the color palette and everything, and just the way everything is actually done here. Look at that. I love that. I don't even know what the hell that's actually supposed to be, but they actually really captured the imaginations of just being in space. I love this also. This right over here is just like really beautiful, and that's something I'm actually going to have to implement myself and everything. I never think about like windows on the inside and everything like that, and just the shine that actually comes from the light and everything just hitting these windows while you're actually out in the vacuum of space. I love that so much. It's actually very cool attention to detail. But there it goes, and this is actually so cool. But why? That's my nerd boy thing going on here. And so let's get into Ironhide. Seriously, Hasbro Takara, if you had actually offered a chalk outline in the package and everything with Ironhide with the background, I would have actually just laughed my ass off, because that would have actually just been morbidly hysterical to me. But let me tell you something. Here is Ironhide. He really holds a special place for me. Just look at this guy. He is just very cool. You can actually, now one thing about this van and everything is that you can actually put the weapons right on the top also and everything, because they actually do give you these notches right over here. I'm assuming, and I know that everybody's actually waiting for Studio Series Ratchet and everything like that also, so this right over here will probably be where his light bar is actually going to be and everything. I tend to think that Ironhide needs a little bit of turbo boosting and everything, so that's why I actually add these right over here. And you can actually add, there are a couple of pegs that are actually right underneath also and everything like that, that actually kind of like gives him like these dual exhaust here and everything, which I love. So like, I think that's actually great. But going around Ironhide, he is just really impressive. A couple of things are actually missing, and I'm pretty sure that Toy Hacks will actually kind of like come out and just kind of like fill in the gaps and everything with like the yellow stripe that's actually supposed to be right over here and everything. As far as these are actually concerned, I kind of feel like a little bit of smart engineering could have actually put these on the inside and everything like that, where his arms are actually prevalent. And this all together, I'm not sure. You know, he's actually going to fold a lot and everything like that in order to get him into robot mode. But this is actually really highly impressive. And even with the hinges and everything like that, which a lot of people are actually like really bashing Hasbro and Takara on, I really think that this is actually not bad. Taking a look through this, there are a lot of mismatching red and everything like that, and a lot of people have actually talked about that also and everything. It's the difference between the high gloss and everything like that we're actually getting with the paint over here on clear plastic and the normal plastic, and then there's this over here. So they're like three grades of plastic lighting and painting that's actually going on in here and everything. And I kind of feel like they could have actually done a little bit more of a better job with the color matching and everything like that. But it's red, and unless you're Optimus Prime, you know, where your Optimus Prime actually kind of like got good color matching throughout the whole entire figure and everything. But this over here kind of like still has, they actually still have a bit to go when it comes down to color matching all the plastics and everything, you know? It's Hasbro, and I know that we actually expect a lot more out of them, but at the same time, like, there's still like a bit to go and everything when it comes down to color matching the color plastics and everything like that, you know? But not bad. And in comparison to the old Earthrise Ironhide over here, I actually had a lot to do and everything, especially with these. These are actually where his feet are and everything like that. And his old feet, I actually had I put them away already and everything like that. I'm actually still thinking about toy hacksing this thing and everything like that, because Ironhide still means a lot to me and everything like that. I still think that he's actually awesome, but this altogether actually had to be replaced and everything. Lots of parts forming with this as well and everything, because we weren't able to get from robot mode to vehicle mode, or vehicle mode to robot mode, without removing a couple of parts and everything like that. With this, it takes care of everything, and I love that so much. I really, really do. This version is a Voyager version, and they actually say that there's like a lot in the way of plastic count and everything like that that actually goes into it in engineering. I don't see what the plastic count is, but the engineering is actually spectacular on this, considering that this is actually a deluxe toy and everything. So there we go. He's actually a little bit bigger in vehicle mode and everything. And I mean, he's a little bit smaller in vehicle mode and everything compared to the Siege version or the Earthrise version. But also, you actually have this extra canopy that's actually right over here. Also, that's actually taking up a lot of space and everything as well. So that's actually what it is and everything. I kind of still wish that they actually added the extra stripe, because basically, when it comes down to Ironhide, I kind of feel like he actually needs the stripe and everything like that. You know, like they actually got it over here. I didn't really think that they would have actually gotten too much out of budget in order to give us like just the stripe and everything, which would have actually, I think, what really set all of our minds at ease and everything as far as the superior Ironhide and everything, you know? I may not take these off or anything like that. I think I'm going to keep them on and everything just for the weaponry and everything, you know? But one thing that's actually an eyesore is the right 1, right 2 and everything, and then these on the window and everything, L2, and I can actually ignore it and everything, basically, because it's Ironhide and everything, you know, but at the same time, I know that Toy Hacks will probably have, like, a set for this and everything like that sooner or later. If not, I'm pretty sure that they might have one online already and everything as I speak. So, there we go, and I'm pretty sure that they'll actually take care of all of that. But I really don't have any qualms with anything whatsoever or anything like that. The only thing that I could possibly think of is, like, maybe just the actual added window here and everything like that. I would have loved that, but that's pretty much it. I really like this guy a lot. I'm going to give you some comparisons. Here goes Ironhide and Optimus Prime, Ironhide and his buddy Bluestreak, Ironhide and Bumblebee, and Ironhide and Studio Series Jazz. And just because we're talking Studio Series, here goes Studio Series Ironhide and Rumble! Ironhide just looks great with everyone. So now that we've actually gotten through everything that we possibly can on Ironhide, he looks good. But now let's get to transformation. Henshin! Transforming Ironhide is actually pretty intuitive, actually. I'd like to start off from the back over here and kind of like just make some room here and everything for this side, which you actually have to kind of like, I kind of feel like it's better to kind of like remove the front canopy just a little bit and everything like that. Only because we're actually trying to make a little bit more room so we can actually separate things. So let's just pull this a little bit out of the way, and it's really, really tight on the inside of the canopy right over here. You'll actually notice that there's like a lot of clear plastic and everything, so be careful in that, because you know always the clear plastic actually has a tendency to break. So we'll just move this on the outside. There we go. And that'll actually reveal his arms. So we'll just pull this down, rotate it right over here on this stem. Also, before you rotate on this stem, remove this grill. Just let that sink down just like that. And now you can rotate it right on the stem. Put this right down here, right into his midsection. Straighten up the legs. Bring this back up. We'll do the legs next. Separate. And I love the bit of engineering that's actually going on into this. So just bring the window down. Bring this down right over here. Let's remove the guns also. There we go. And bring that down right over there and swing that down, and that makes a leg and foot, and that is pretty cool. I love that. Great engineering going throughout that whole entire thing right there. Let's just swing this back and we'll cover up this tire, and there is a peg that's actually right in here somewhere. I think it's actually supposed to be over here. That actually connects here. So bring that in, and that'll actually make a tight fit right there. And then we'll actually do this and do that to this other side. Bring that down, and now we'll bring down the arms. We'll take them out from, we'll take the fists out from like where they are in their forearms. And for the head reveal, we'll just bring this up just like so. And then move in these two pieces of the window and put in front of his canopy. And there you go. And now you have a pretty cool Ironhide actually. And let's just take a look at this guy. Ironhide! Alright guys, let me tell you something. This guy is pretty phenomenal to me. I don't know about you guys and girls and everything like that, but like I love this guy. Hold on, let me fix the camera first, and then let's take a look at his grill right here. Look at this guy. He is Ironhide. He is absolutely what I actually saw in the animations and everything. They really got everything about his facial features down pat and everything like that. The flattened, elongated face and everything to look at that grill right there. He is just really extraordinary. They added a lot of great detailing in here to break away from just like the smooth surfaces that they actually had in the animation and everything. And I am just loving that and everything. You know, that's actually really cool. They got his mohawk, you know. That is just simply amazing. I love this. The one thing that I'm actually going to say, well, actually, maybe there are two things that I can actually say that I'm not really too savvy on, is this piece right over here. I kind of feel as though there should actually have been a locking mechanism that should have actually been engaged right here on the back and everything, so it actually keeps everything a little bit more cohesively against his back and everything. I know that they weren't going to be able to like get exactly what his back actually looks like in animation and everything. I'm actually cool with that, and I love the fact that we actually have a place to place the guns and everything, you know. But also, these pieces right over here, now that actually always worries me when we actually have paint on the bottom of the feet and everything, you know. Although I kind of want it for the window over here, you know, that would actually be pretty cool. But this right over here just like really just always makes me like a little leery about scratching things back here and everything. Of course, if you actually find the right paint and everything, you can always repaint it and everything like that. We are actually in the hobby and everything like that where we can actually make whatever we actually want and everything like that. But he is, he's still pretty cool though. I mean, look at this guy. He actually has everything. His trousers are actually on point. Everything is actually really cool. I just kind of wish that we didn't have this flap here and everything. Then it's kind of like something that they've proven that they can actually do. Like when we actually have Optimus Prime over here, everything moves separately and everything. And that would have actually been wonderful if they actually kind of like did that over here. I kind of dislike when they actually have just like one panel that actually kind of like makes up his their trousers or whatever it is, or the codpieces and everything like that right in the front and everything. And I kind of like would love to like have like a little bit of separation and everything, just so you can actually have more cohesive kicks and more cohesive what's the word I'm looking for here? More cohesive dynamics and everything like that when it actually comes down to the figure itself and everything. I know that they actually wanted to be able to like make this actually happen where he can actually kind of like have his legs apart while he's standing and everything like that, so he can actually do like strong stances and everything. That's actually, I get it, you know, but at the same time, I kind of feel like, I mean, they did it with Prime. They could have actually like just done this whole thing. I'm not really super complaining because I love the look of this guy. I really, really do. But at the same time, I just kind of feel like there should have actually been more. Now, he actually does come with his 2 pistols right over here. And I kind of feel that that's actually kind of cool because you could actually kind of like, since this isn't actually totally against his back, you could always do this and kind of like make it a rocket and everything like that, kind of like when Ironhide and Blue Streak were actually going after the Decepticons in one of the G1 episodes and everything like that. So that's actually very cool. I love that a lot. And I kind of feel as though they actually kind of like maybe wanted to like make it easier to do that, but I still think they could have actually done that and still have this lock against here. Otherwise than that, I really don't have like a huge issue with anything Ironhide actually does over here. I'm actually just getting his gun, because he actually has a couple pistols right over here that actually goes into both of his hands and everything. And even though there's like a little bit of light waffling in the guns and everything, they are just really nicely colored and everything. I really love that a lot. See, that's the sheen that I actually wanted on Rumble's guns. You know, like they should have actually, if they had actually done that on Rumble, I would have actually been totally happy with everything Rumble was actually bringing to us. But this is just really, really awesome. I love the design of that gun, and they actually really just modeled it really, really well and everything. They tried making that waffling a thing in the package over here and everything. So you can't argue with that whatsoever, my friends. You know what I mean? But like, that's great. And I just want to test this out right quick. It should be Blast Effects compatible. Yes, it is. So you could actually kind of like have Ironhide shooting his way out of any situation altogether and everything, you know. Hostile negotiations is what Ironhide is actually all about. So that's actually really, really cool. He actually has a 360 turn right over here on his neck. He can actually look up right over here. He actually has a ball joint like that's actually right on his stem going right into his head. You can actually look down to an extreme measure, and this little piece right over here kind of like works with him being able to like look like he flies and everything like that. So that's actually really cool and everything. It's not an extreme up, but it does help with the illusion and everything. So that's actually really, really nice. He has a hinge right over here on his shoulder. That's actually really great, and I love it when they actually do this thing where they actually have like this little piece of engineering that goes right into the underarm, into the shoulder. And I love the fact that they actually did this so it doesn't break up the illusion of his arm being like a part of the robot and everything like that. So that's actually always really appreciated. He actually has a bicep turn right over here. He actually has an elbow bend that actually goes 90 degrees. He has wrist articulation, really nice. They weren't able to cover this, but I'm not really sore about that whatsoever or anything like that, because that's all due to transformation, and I can't see a way for them to cover this up. So, but it does actually keep some of the illusion and everything, especially with this piece and this piece. So that's really nice. I'm actually not sore about that at all. He can actually tilt down a little bit just because of transformation. He has a waist articulation right over here. The waist turn is actually really, really nice and buttery on this one. He actually has a kick right out this way. He can kick all the way back and everything. He can do the full kung fu and everything, so that's always really appreciated. Let's see, a thigh turn right over here, and a knee bend, and he actually has an ankle tilt right over here, and up and down. So that's actually really great. And all in all, Ironhide is really well articulated and just really, just a great bot and everything. I love this design altogether, you know? Nothing that you can actually do with wheels to actually pop them in a little bit more and everything, but I'm not sore about that either or anything like that, because I think that's actually really cool. And there we go. Like, Ironhide is just great. I'm actually hearing a lot of people actually get like a lot in the way of like cracked windows and everything like that. Be careful on what you actually choose as your Ironhide. Just like look in the box and everything like that. It's not hard because they're windowless now and everything, and I kind of feel like a part of that is the reason why we're actually seeing so many cracked windows and everything like that also, you know. But mine might have like a couple of like little scratches and everything, nothing too serious or anything like that. The only other thing that I can actually think of is that I kind of wish that there might have actually been a little bit of paint right over here or right over here to keep with the illusion of the whole entire thing being metal and everything, you know. But aside from that, he is really phenomenal. Like, I love this guy a lot. I had actually gotten this guy and I hadn't put him down yet, you know. Like, excuse me. He's actually kind of like it's kind of like when I actually got Cosmos and everything, and I started like playing around with him and everything, and then I absolutely had to go off and get like a couple of like aftermarket products and everything like that. That's for another review after my hiatus and everything like that, you know. But this guy is stellar, you know. I really cannot stop talking about how amazing this guy actually is. He is phenomenal. He actually stands at like just where Ironhide should actually be and everything. I kind of wish that maybe he could have actually been a little bit bigger and everything. Let's give you a couple of size comparisons. So here he is with Optimus Prime, and right over here you actually see that he is actually kind of like a little bit shorter than Optimus. I mean, in the way the animation cells actually worked and everything like that, this is actually pretty much the height of Ironhide. I kind of wish he might have actually been a little bit taller, maybe by a head. Figures Ironhide with Studio Series Gas, Bumblebee, Blue Streak, Studio Series Rumble, and I have no complaints about the size comparison between these guys. And here goes the real comparison right over here, which is Ironhide versus his Earthrise version. And I really love everything that's actually going on in here. I do, but I love this so much better. Even though this version of Ironhide, his proportions are, he's a little bit taller. He's actually got like a little bit of the cybernetic look and everything like that, which is actually okay and everything. They actually both have different things going for them. This over here, you actually had to deal with like all the waffling in the back and everything like that. I didn't upgrade this guy whatsoever or anything like that, except for his feet and everything. But the fact that you actually had to go off and upgrade his feet and everything was actually kind of like the miss to me altogether and everything. And I kind of wish that I knew that they were actually designing this guy right over here, so I could have actually saved quite a bit in getting this version of Ironhide and everything. Although, if I didn't get this, I wouldn't have actually gotten Prowl either or anything like that. So there's a hit and miss with both sides of things and everything. Now that Studio Series Ironhide is actually out, I'm actually still wondering about if they're actually going to bring like a Studio Series Prowl to us or something. Maybe changing around quite a bit of maybe quite a bit of like the look and like the the engineering and everything like that. Because this guy far exceeds the engineering that actually goes on to this guy right over here, where you actually have the top of the canopy that actually becomes a part of the van. This guy is the whole bleeding van and everything, and that is where like everything actually just halts for me and everything, and just makes me choose this guy as my primary Ironhide in my collection right now, you know. He's actually definitely standing in my Transformers 84 collection right now and everything. This guy altogether, and I want to talk about this, is the main reason why I'm actually feeling as though this Prime is actually due for an update pretty soon and everything. Like, we actually all love Earthrise Prime and everything. We all love this guy altogether and everything like that. He actually has not steered us wrong whatsoever. But let me tell you something, just based on Ironhide altogether, I kind of feel like this guy actually needs the Rodimus Prime kind of like the Rodimus Prime kind of upgrade and everything, where we actually got Commander class Rodimus Prime. I kind of feel like a Commander class Optimus with the better plastic and everything is actually kind of like overdue to us and everything, and I really want to see that become the quintessential Optimus and everything like that. Like, a lot of people actually love this. A lot of people have like that standard for like what their Optimus Prime should actually be. It's either this or MP10. Not many people are actually like a big fan of MP44 and everything like that. I'm kind of surprised about that. But let me tell you something, like this and MP10 usually held the standard as far as I'm concerned about what an Optimus from Hasbro should actually be and everything, you know? With this version of him, I really would love to see like what they're actually going to do with like a new Masterpiece Ironhide and everything like that. Like, are they going to bring us one? I don't know, because this guy kind of really knocked it out of the park and everything like that as far as what he actually does. The engineering on Masterpiece Ironhide was great also and everything, but like everything that's actually dealing here with the silhouette of Ironhide and everything, although his arms are actually like a little bit more outward and like a little bit more out from like where his body actually is, this guy actually really just holds the bar for like what Ironhide could actually be. Now, when you're actually getting this guy, I want to like make sure that you guys actually know that it's going to be luck of the draw. Some people were actually getting great Ironhides right out the box. I actually had to go off and like throw some hikis into the joints and everything like that to get him to be as tight as I actually wanted him to be and everything, because he was hella loose. Not anymore or anything like that though, you know what I mean? Like, I think that I actually did a good job at fixing this guy and everything like that. If you guys actually get him, but also know that you may get like something that might be a little bit looser. A part of the hobby is actually fixing these guys to where you actually want them to be and everything like that. So I think that that's actually like really it on Ironhide. I really am enamored with this guy and everything. He is just stunning, you know what I mean? And just like really great dynamically and everything like that. I have not like really stopped putting this down whatsoever or anything like that. He is fantastic. Final thoughts are actually coming up in just a moment. This background. I can actually hear a few of you actually saying, oh, no, not again, and then all of a sudden spend more money on therapy. You know, this background alone actually gave us such an ominous look into Ironhide and stud, but like, you know what? I'm glad that we actually got him. Thank goodness, Hasbro, you didn't leave a chalk outline in the background, but I'm looking for you third-party guys to actually make that happen. But Ironhide is spectacular. You need to get this guy. He is awesome. I really recommend getting this guy and everything, just for the sake of not only just like the modeling that's actually done on this. The plastic quality is actually supremely amazing. Like, I think that's something that you actually have to admire in hand, you know? And that's probably my challenge to you. Go out and get him. He's awesome. And that's my recommendation and everything. So like, take that for what it is. But I'm actually just like really enjoying this guy so much as Cosmos actually. And a lot of people actually thought that I wasn't going to put that guy down or anything like that. But this guy actually just like started to make me say, you know, he actually gave me like all the good nostalgic feelings and everything like that I actually had when I first got Ironhide. So this is awesome. And that's it for me today. I really appreciate you all joining me once again for my trip through nerddom. I want to thank you all for joining me, and I really am looking forward to see you guys again once I actually come back from my once I get back from my hiatus. In any case, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Make sure that you treat yourselves golden, because remember, mental health is actually still a thing. I want to make sure that each and every one of you actually treats yourselves amazingly, because you deserve it. Also, When these stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. I will definitely talk to you soon.